Over the last year or so, I have been feeling really compelled to start writing. And at first it was this idea that came to me, and I had some encouragement from friends who were like, you should write a book. Like, you have what it takes to write a whole book, be creative in that way, express yourself. And it was sort of this open-ended idea in my mind. I was like, I think I could write a book. It's not something I'd ever necessarily considered in a realistic way. And so I had this idea of like, yeah, I should just write a book. And I don't know, I'm sure you do the same thing where I'm like, before I die, I'm gonna write a book, or then it turned into like, sometime in the next 10 years, I will write a book, right? Eventually it got to the point where I started to think, why can't I not just write a book now? I met one of my favorite authors, Bob Goff, and he is a writer and a speaker. And I was talking to him, I just said, hey, I like your books, I like your writings. And it's possible he says this to a lot of different people, but he said, if you like what someone else is writing, it probably means you have a book in you. It probably means you should write something. And that encouragement was very timely because I'd been having conversations with my wife about how I was feeling compelled to write a book, and not just in the far off future, but like now. And he just encouraged me. He's like, yeah, just write a little every day. You're going to have a book done before you know it. And so that encouraged me to, one, think of what I was working on then as far as writing, and to consider it part of that process, right? Every word that you're writing, every little writing session that you put yourself in for, that's eventually going to lead to a book, or it's going to lead to the first draft that's going to lead to the second draft, right? You get the idea. And so this concept of thinking through, okay, is this my first draft, or am I creating something and no one's going to see this version? And so does that give me more freedom to then create? And for me, it really has. It has completely changed kind of how I'm viewing what I'm able to do. It's opened me up to be able to say, man, this is cool if I can just show up, and whether it's writing or you have another hobby or another creative outlet, being able to show up and say, this is not the final version. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to show up and create.